In the beginning was my 5 boys and myself. Every time when with my boys, because we're so many, I couldn't rent all the time a 3-bedroom because they were expensive. And as I worked full time, it was a lot of money for me. So I would have to move often because they find out that we were more people. Every time that I look at houses for some, I'm like, I just want a house. If I can have a house for the boys, it will be okay. When we came to the program, I remember I was like, well, I remember I called in, I don't know if I talked to Linda first time, but I was like, put the application, I was like, I had never, ever win anything in my life. I applied for that, and they said there were like, I don't know, 20 applicants for the house. And one of the things she was saying, you had to have challenges, but you had to be able to prove that you can be successful. So at that time, I was getting my bachelor degree, I was working full time, and I was single, and so it was challenging. I had teenagers, and when she called me, she was like, at the 5, she's like, Derma, you got the house. Oh, goodness. I called one of my friends who told me try it. I was like, they got me the house. I was like, can't believe this. Because especially for me, at that time, I have a lot of bills, but were more medical. That year was a little bit of 2015, I was diagnosed with cancer, stage 3, colon cancer. And I remember asking my doctor, I was like, which one is the worst cancer? Because I was thinking breast cancer was the worst because you hear it so much. And I think at that point it doesn't matter, but I want to know. And he's like, is breast cancer? I was like, no, yours is worse than breast cancer. I was like, okay. And so it was a little bit, to say, scary, because to my boys I was the rock, and at that time we went to a little bit of bumpy road because I had to do chemotherapy, and I continued to go to school, and told my husband, I'm not going to stop going to school, I'm not going to stop any of this, I'm going to continue. If life says it's time for you to go, I'm like, well, that's when I will stop, but in the meantime, I will continue to do my life as the best as I can. So when she told me, we got a house, it was amazing. It was, I didn't have a lot of furniture, but it was nice to know that I can, have something secure for my boys, because I was like, that way we don't have to be moving. And I'm sorry, because every time I talk about that, it was a blessing for me to have that. Now it's been 6 years, so 5 years, after 5 years they say free of cancer, so I'm excited. And I got my bachelor in double major in criminal justice and psychology. I got my master from Drake in public administration. Now I work for Lutheran in a program supervisor for human trafficking and safe release services. I work with families, and I always tell them, they can come to Home Inc. Most people don't know how to work with banks or the interest payments, down payments. So I always tell them, if you go work with them, Lim, as a home ownership coordinator, she go through you in details about everything you need to do and why you need to know about the banks or payments, and she can prepare you when you are ready. And I like that, because she can say, if you pay all this stuff, you will be ready for the house. So I think that opens the door for many who maybe have created some debts on their or bad issues in the credit, but they can work on it, and she can tell you how to work with them on your credit or fixing your credit, and that way you can get a house, and to explain you. So I think it's an amazing program.